Due to the graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
And good evening. Welcome back, everybody, from a long hiatus to the Open Door Policy. I am, as always, Sailor Boy Troy, and I'm back with Brendan. Brendan, it's been quite a long, what do they call it, simpatico that we went on. How have you been?
It's been a hell of a trip, hasn't it?
It's been
Been
a
good.
time.
It's been a time, my man. It's it's so good to see your face.
You as
Sir.
well.
Sir,
You're
we're still
like
living.
me. I'd be calling you sir.
We're
Sergeant.
we're still living, buddy. That's
We're
the
still
best
here.
part about it. I think our last episode was what, about 8 weeks ago? About 8 weeks, about almost close to 2 months, 3 months, maybe.
I think maybe even longer than that. I'm thinking like almost 4 months, if not 6. Been a minute.
It's been time. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, and life's been rolling. Life's been rolling, my man. I've been busy with courses and dealing with my family stuff. So like with the show and stuff like that, the huge commitment that it was, like, and it is. But it's a really good platform. I believe in it because it's like we have the opportunity to bring some really, really cool people and have some really great conversations, about maybe out of the box situations. Maybe not all of us agree, but at the end of the day, we're still having these conversations. And that's what I like about it. And I know with us, right, like we have conversations all the time about certain aspects. And it's like, what is going on with the world at the moment? Like, who are we? We have these existential kind of conversations, like that are like, is this it? Is this all we are? Like, are we just living beings on the planet, or is there more in the beyond the universe? What's the veil? And it's that's it. But now on top of that, like, we're talking about real life things too, right? Like struggles we currently have. Like, we're veterans. We we're sitting out of our current position, wearing the uniform, and we're wearing more just like we gotta wake up in the morning and pick our clothing now, which is right. Oh my gosh. So it's like our real life struggles are there too, right? So and I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to like get on this kind of train with you again and ride the tracks to see where it kind of goes, and see what kind of people that we can actually attract to bring on, right? And have interesting conversations about like their life or whatever they want to like share, like. And I know we have some future ones that are just like amazing life stories. That's the thing I think I really am excited about, is like the guests that we got coming on in the next few episodes are like, they have amazing stories, like amazing life stories. And for us just to bear witness to that, fuck, man. I'm happy to be back, my boy. I'm happy to be back.
I agree, man. Like, we got some heavy hitters coming up, but as we normally do, seems to be our way here at the Open Door Policy for some reason. We always get like these guests that are just like,
Incredible.
we're not even prepared when we think we're prepared for them. And these are people that most people would turn away, not even like think that there's a story behind. And these people could write books that would sell. Like, we've got so much, and just in the small audience that we do have, like the guests that we've had come on, I mean, that you would think you would have to have so many more subs to even get attract guests like that, but yet here we are. But again, like you said too, with how our family life goes, and I even say it in the clips too, right? I'm not apologetic for, not showing up on time or whatever, because life happens, and we're people too, right? We're not just the actors on the screen. We're not talking heads. We're people that have lives, and we have to feed ourselves and others, and life goes on, right? But even doing these discussions, like with some of the people that we've had and some of the sidebar discussions we've had, and then on top of it, all of the research that goes behind some of the things that we have to do to even fact check, it takes a lot out of you. And you wonder why we do like maybe 6 or 7 episodes at a time and then disappear for a month and a half, because it does kick the crap out of you. And but at the same time, like I felt during the time away, I'd always kind of look back at the microphone and I'd be like, kind of want to get on there again, right? And you just want to talk more. But what I found with these conversations is, uh, even with others that we've had, it's not the therapist that people need to go to. It's literally having the discussions in a peer group to share with. That is the actual therapy,
Mm,
having your people, so to speak, around you. And I
mm.
think that's why open door policy works, because we're not too afraid to talk about things, and everything's pretty open, and so long as it's kept respectful, it's going to be a really good time. But it's just, again, at the same time, life carries on, and it's hard on us too, right? Like, again, as you said, we're veterans. Like, we talk mental health, we have our own mental health struggles. Like, no one knows, like, we're not shy to tell you that. Like,
Nope.
you need to know your boundaries, because this right here needs to be taken care of before you can take any care of anything, even your own family. So, like, this needs to be right, and that's what we're doing here, and that's hopefully what we're trying to get out there at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, that's a really good point. It's a really good point because, like, I mean, it's holy well, fuck, man. Like, holy shit, right? First couple episodes were absolutely bangers, right? Like, these are really deep conversations, some with like amazing stories and life experiences, um, and skill levels. We like talking about um, the what was it? The psychotherapist,
Mm, Attila.
Ella, right? Like
Yeah.
having that conversation was very like your subconscious and stuff. So it's like, you know, as as juniors, I haven't done any journalism courses at all, right? Like this is like a running in there as we did as firefighters. We just run in and go, and I
Yep.
love that part, right? But like you also have to have some preparation and stuff. So it's like trying to get that balance and stuff. And I really applaud us. Like we did really we're so well with all that, and future it's only going to get even better. So I like anybody that's watching our stuff, right? Like they're seeing the rawness of this at the beginning, and then we'll see where it grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. There's some really new tech that you just purchased there, Troy? You purchased some stuff, open door policy kind of equipment, right? And plus, are you doing some courses coming up or planning
Well,
to?
we're looking at doing a little bit of, I don't want to say so much gonzo reporting, but more on the ground type of reporting for bigger events that we can get to. We're obviously 2 different provinces away, but if there's something big enough that needs to be reviewed, then we now have the capabilities to do it. Hopefully we can start talking to people on the street and just kind of getting raw questions answered just at the public level, kind of run our own stats, if you will. And we do have a drone, and
What?
I am getting my drone pilot's license. I'm looking at taking journalism just to kind of make us more legit here, but I am pursuing the drone pilot's license right now, and that's just part of my own personal research for some of the other stuff that I've been doing on the side. Again, with the 7 Fires prophecy and all of the different regions. I live in the Great Lakes region, so I like to look into these things. And there's some places that are very hard to get to. And with the drone, like we can, utilize that technology to get the images and maybe some of the research material required. And after that, the sky's the limits. Who knows where this is going to go, but I think the reporting might be a little bit better down the road once we get things all tickety-boo. And hopefully we'll actually be able to do stuff in person in the next year or so, get together, and we'll do a couple live streams in the same room for once. So that's kind of where we're looking at right now. Yeah, I'm happy to be just something to do, man. It's just winter's coming. There's no more yard work to be done. So, now it's time to play with the toys a little bit. So let's get it rolling.
Well, it was last year there was a Mystic Con going on in Toronto where we were going to go to and attend together and do an episode. So, but it was like such short notice, and like how we do things as firefighters, we just run in, we just go. We don't really think
no budget, right?
Yeah, just go, right? So this year coming up, like we have an opportunity to like really plan some really, really cool adventures, and I'm so down. I think there's going to be a moment where we're planning to go to Peru, and maybe take a spiritual trip or something like that.
We've been talking about that. We've been talking about that for a good, almost a year, if not more. And we can make that happen. We're looking at maybe a year and a half out, just kind of the way the world's going. It's no secret that, getting on a plane is sketchy at the moment on going south of the border or going to Europe right now. So unfortunately, and we don't like talking about this stuff, but this is what people they bury their head in the sand about. And it is what it is. Like we have to plan our travels, right? Like if Venezuela pops off right now, we ain't going nowhere. We ain't going anywhere south of Mexico. And if the latter takes off with NATO, we'll kiss that goodbye. Like we're kind of in a good spot right now to be, unfortunately. But once all this nonsense gets taken care of, hopefully we'll get some better content out there. Otherwise, we're gonna end up being your war correspondent.
In the meantime, we can have conversations about what all these current events are happening in the world, and always on open door policy. We can have these conversations and see what do we take from all this shit.
Is there anything right now that's kind of sitting on your chest from current events? To be honest with you, I've shut myself off from a lot in the last month or two just to purge myself from it. Like the last I remember was like the Charlie Kirk stuff. Like where are we right now?
Oh, we're on chapter 25. fucking chapter 25, 2025. Let's go. So obviously with all the conflicts going around in the world, I think we're pretty much aware of all that. There is current events are in the States. There's a lot of government shutdown. That's driving a lot of poverty and a lot of situations down there. And there's also what they say the Ep.7 emails came out. So that was
we're finally back to that again. I didn't even know that.
So that's the roundabout. So I'm not sure if there's a cover up going to happen or something like that, or here, let's focus on this.
Release the aliens. Now's the time.
So
distraction.
That's little. It's really hard to gauge, right? It's really hard to gauge what's going on, really, to be honest, right? Like there's what you hear on the news and what you're seeing in action. Sometimes the words don't meet the action, so then you're very, very much confused on what's happening, and it's by design. I think, anyways. I think it's all by design. So
I've noticed watching two different types of TV stations that it gives a different algorithm. Like I'll watch, liberal television, I'll watch conservative television, and I'll try and decipher the truth out of the middle of it. And then it's kind of like, oh, wait a minute. Like this is obviously, force fed because both channels are saying the exact same thing on other channels. You know what I mean? Like conservative channels, it's almost kind of like they're scripted.
They're 100%. Have you seen that TikTok where they're like all the news captions? They got all the squares of the different news stations.
I'll bring that up.
Yeah,
is that on YouTube?
I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. But it's they're all saying the same words, right? The same story, the same time. So, propaganda is real, folks. It is what it is.
Bad one. Let's see if I can bring that up.
Yeah, it's a crazy. I mean, it's just somebody actually cut and paste like all the stations and made a. Yeah, there you go. You have
that on the screen there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's up.
Is to serve our Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities,
Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
Wow.
But we are concerned about one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets simply aren't true without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Wow, dude, that's insane.
Not wild. That's wild, right? It's wild, and so that's just kind of the reality, right? So it's navigating your life. You're probably in the right spot by staying grounded, making your circle small, but being just aware enough. You got to have some awareness. You can't just be blind. But just kind of,
you know what I noticed even in that, like that was like not just like Fox affiliates, that was like CBS, and I think I even saw the Peacock in there, NBC. So that's like middle ground. So like that was across different political platforms of news. That was really wild.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's funny. It's like even the crazy conspiracy shit that like we laugh about. I'm starting to see some of my mainstream channels like talking about the same things you and I talk about that seem like out to lunch. And it's just like, why is this all affirming itself to become true? Like even some of the stuff within therapy, some of those different shamanistic therapies we're doing, right? They always talk about discernment and stuff, but like it seems like there's a convergence like rapidly. And I don't like using the words that they use. Like, I don't want to say like any of those new age words, but like there's definitely something in the air that people feel that's coming. Like it's just, what is it? Are we getting 1984? Are we getting Independence Day? Or, is it worse? Like, I honestly, I don't even care if it's like giant space bugs from outer space. Like I could deal with that. Like I could actually get around that. But if it's the other route of 1984 and like, people away, I couldn't abide that. It just,
1984 was a great year.
Yeah,
not a good book.
well, we were born a year later, so who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe we're like the first generation of whatever 1984's experiments was. Who knows? Bug people. No, we're supposed to eat bugs, live in the pod.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It sounds like a good idea. It sounds like it's going to work out for everybody,
right? That's just it. So like, so what do you think's going on then with all that? Like what is affecting what is affecting Halifax?
Right.
What is affecting the East Coast? Like that's what's most important. Like at the end of the day, like I don't care what senator is fucking, so I don't care about their dirty laundry. I want to know what's affecting my municipality.
Right. And that's how small you got to really bring it down to, and even break
It's
it
the
down.
only way government works. Government works small.
Yeah.
Small government works. But the municipalities have kind of lost that way of thinking. Like what's going on out your way that's really affecting the economy? Like, how bad is it there?
Well, first, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. You said something there earlier. It was just like, there's like a human consciousness going on the planet, I would say, right now, that is a really strong energy of like, and that's kind of feeling like a little bit skittish. Like there's a lot of like, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are. I go around and talk to people all the time, and you can sense it, and they're a little bit more like, oh, like
I can talk to you. Oh my God.
Yeah. So when I want to say what I want to say, like a thought that comes to mind is that at the end of the day, we are human. We are an animal. We are a species on this planet. So when you look at like go hunting and you see a deer in the woods, right? And then all of a sudden it just ears pop, like it just feels something. It has the instinct of feeling something outside its peripherals and line of sight. So that's what I kind of like, where we're at right now with human consciousness, is that there's a sense of like, that kind of like weird instinctual feeling of like danger, right? So which makes it really hard to operate in a healthy society, right? When everybody's feeling like there's danger. And so it's like we're really like struggling to get through. That's why systems are starting to slowly fucking fail. That's why government, more than ever, there's so much money being pumped into social media to brainwash whatever side, right?
Well, that's what the algorithm's going to do. That's exactly what the algorithm's going to do it for them.
So the algorithm's going to do, but it takes a lot of energy to do that, right? It's not just like a push of a button. Like there's a lot of funding involved in all that. So when you deal with like a scared human being automatically feeling instinctually that there's danger in the world, there's danger, not feeling safe, not feeling, systems are starting to fall out of whack. And then you got, companies, major companies that are just going to try to take advantage of any of those situations.
Well,
right?
It's just monopoly on a large scale. It's literally
for their capital gain. Yeah. So if anything, like the best way to combat that is, for myself, anyways, I'm no fucking guru on all this, but it's the best way to combat it is
not financial advice.
Is to keep it small, right? Keep it small. My worst experiences over months, is when I was locked into, all the bullshit on TikTok and whatnot, right? Like my worst.
You're just hitting a needle constantly. That's literally what it's an addiction. It's a dopamine inhibitor. Yeah, and that's where you get stuck in that trap. You mix that with a little bit of some dopamine and some dope, and then a little bit of stimulant, and then what do you become? Like this is the trifecta of laziness, right? It puts you into a stupor.
It puts you in a stupor, and it really plays on your brain, right? Where you're just like, there was moments where I was just like, am I prepared? Am I prepared enough? And I started to have that psychosis and that little bit of paranoia, where I was just like, is there enough that, like, do I need more money pulled out of my accounts? Do I need more jars of food? Do I need? I went as far as an EMP bag, man. I got frag bags everywhere.
You know what? That's the thing. People tell you you're crazy for that shit, but that's veteran mentality, and that's not crazy veteran go hide in the woods and wear tinfoil veteran mentality. That's just basic like preparedness. We used to be. People just think that the fire trade is just a bunch of guys that play poker and wait for shit to happen. We got the jammiest trade in the military. It's not even what it was at all. Like on top of maintenance, on top of babysitting everybody else, the job, we had these additional duties. Like we were NBCD techs before JPSU, or not JPSU, CGIRU ever became special forces. that was us. That we were one of the first two trades to do that.
It was a
So when
multi-hat position.
That's
And
right.
before we continue, when we say babysit, we mean the base, babysitting
Yep.
everybody else on the base, right? And that's what it was, right? It was like 8 guys working for the whole base, like whatever incidents, right? So
we were at minimum manning a lot if we weren't on 3 crews. We were always short, and we were getting the job done a lot. We were overworked for like, as much as people don't think stuff happens on a base. There's a lot more that happens than really people understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is. It's a hell of a job, and hats off goes to like anybody and all them that are still serving. Hopefully, it got better. Hopefully, that the cries, the fucking bullshit, like what I mean. Like, I know with myself, I came out, and I said a lot of things about like things that need to be changed. Like it just. There has to be a spotlight on this, because like if we are just going to continue on a path of not taking care of our people, not taking care of the service members that are in the forces, like nobody should be working 72 hours in any place unless they're deployed or whatever. Like, totally understand.
I'll say it for you.
operations.
I'll say it for you. You got to take care of your people instead of just the clicks. Flat out. Full stop. Take care of everybody. Morale is key, and that's what keeps people alive. Like, you would be surprised what a little attaboy will do for somebody's morale. Or you give them a sticker and a pin, like they're going to be happier than shit. Like that's it. Just to be recognized for doing your job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking care of them.
And I think that's just, first of all, that's humanity, right? We all want to be seen. We all want that like, we're here. I'm here. We also need to figure out that we're not individuals in these situations. We are a team. So like, not cliquey, not this, not that, not trying to, I'm just going to walk into a place and be quiet and just skate through. No, that's going to make me feel awkward. I'm going to be like, who the hell are you? Like, let's open up your shell. We're a team. We're working together, So yeah, like the atmosphere itself, it's like, got distracted there for a second. My phone rang. I apologize for that.
Should have talking about the atmosphere.
So yeah, like when you got to take care of your people. You got to take care of your people, and people want to be seen. And as leadership, like I think that's number one, is like recognition, right? Like, instead of just beating a person down to a complete, like just low confidence, insecure, right? It's more like, hey man, I love this. Like, I like the motion here. Thank you so much. Like, you look great. This is all the good things you did here. Pop, 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 pop. Yep. And now let's have that conversation of what things that could be, manipulated or changed.
And build a proper shit sandwich, right? Like, don't make up an arbitrary one. Build exactly the way you said, right? Hey, this was great. Everything got handled. This was good. Now, here's where I think you can improve a little bit. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you continue on this way, I think you're going to be a great firefighter at the end of the day. Shit sandwich. Perfect shit sandwich. Tastes great.
Isn't that amazing? Like, and that's just one like tactic, right? Like, that's a good tactic for leadership and building people up. You want to have
morale
built up,
just the morale alone. That is a key one.
And at the end, it's like another one is just calm. That's the biggest thing for a leader to be, right? Is just to be the presence of, like, I'm not the guy that knows everything, but I'm the guy sitting in this position that, like, I know you, I know you, I know you, I know you, I know you. And I'm also the guy, I'm the biggest advocate of, this is a team.
Yep.
I'm the biggest. I'm that guy. I'm representing that team. So when you have your people that are adequate, that are secure, that aren't coming into the trade like scared and nervous and jittery. You can have jitters at the beginning, Totally makes sense, right? You're getting to know people, you understand that, new experiences. But at the end of it, it's not like a pissing contest on who's the coolest, who's this, who's that. It's not like, no, we're a team. And when you don't have that good team nucleus, fuck, what happens to you? A person gets burnt out. Done.
Well, that's what I used
No.
to tell anyone when I was
No.
teaching. I'd be say, you know what? Don't ever forget, no matter what rank you achieve, don't forget where you came from, because it's not you that gets yourself promoted, it's the people under you. And if they don't like you, they ain't gonna get you fucking promoted.
Yeah.
Right? Like, be good to your people and they'll be good to you. It's very simple, right? We did an exercise once where they said describe leadership with a symbol, a common symbol. So I drew the recycle bin sign. I said, what does that mean? And I was like, well, it means if you want to go to the top, it goes both ways. You want to go up, you got to bring somebody up with you. It's a cycle. You got to keep that flow going. And they just, I was like, that's basic leadership. But a lot of people forget this for some reason, or they stay loyal to their cliques, which I hope is done. I really hope that is done, because that's not good for anybody.
It's tribal, right? Like, that is the basic human thing to do, is to find little clickies, right? Like that. We evolve, right? That's why we're not fucking monkeys living in the tree, right? Like, we evolve. And I'm not trying to go against any of the religions and all that stuff. It was just an example, but we evolve, right? So, like, it's like,
It's just called growth.
You got to challenge that. You got to challenge that and just be like, okay, is this the goal? Is this the as a leadership, and definitely as leaders, you have to look at those situations where there's clickies happening, and just having those, like, brave enough to have those conversations and just be like, we're a team. Manipulate it a little bit more with, like, society always rotates into individualism, and then outside of that, team individualistic mindset to more of a communal mindset. And that's the rotation. And right now we're in that fucking deep individualist kind of mindset. Civilian society.
And unfortunately, the only thing that's going to break that is what comes next, and nobody wants what comes next, because the only thing that breaks that is what you were saying, right? There's individualism, but in the military, that was what? It was a dictatorship. And that's always what happens. Daddy always comes in and cleans everything up and cleans the slate, and then we start all over again. That's just history.
Like, the military is not a dictator. Like, I mean, like, it's not, you'll do what I say and get it done. Yeah, for sure. But, like, the approach on the mindset of that is that, listen, I've seen some stuff. This is proper leadership, right? Ranking up.
Proper.
Like, I've seen some shit. I've done some shit. I kind of know the systems. I've been around a little bit longer. You'll do the stuff because we're a team and we're going to work forward and push ahead. It's not like, that's lazy leadership. So it's not really a dictatorship. It's more like, it should be like going in and it's being like, what's the mission, dude? What are we getting done?
No, but I'm talking about historically. It's always comes back down to either a fascist state takes over and cleans it, or a communist state takes over, and everything resets. Like, it happened in Rome. The same thing that's going on right now happened in Rome.
Oh yeah.
Well, as soon as
World War II was the last rally, right?
Well, as soon as we get the let them eat their cake moment, which will probably be UBI. That's when the tipping point crumbles, because that's exactly what happened when France lost their revolution. The whole let them eat cake thing, give the peasants what they want so they don't kill us. The same thing happened in Rome. Give them free bread and wine, give them free gladiator shows as everything was collapsing, just to save face of the higher ups. It's just repeating itself, and the only thing that has ever brought it back from that was the anarchy that follows, and a leader, which ends up becoming a dictatorship. So unfortunately, if we have a dictatorship, it's going to happen, but it's just who can break the dictatorship thereafter, right? That's always the question throughout history. So it's just kind of like what's happening in the world right now, something's going to happen. And it's like, do we get the dictatorship or do we get the free choice still? And we're on that verge of who knows what's going to happen anymore. It's a scary place right now. Like, there's a lot of bills that have been just passed that, like, even for the podcast, I've wondered if we should even do this, that like certain speech can't be utilized anymore. You could be ticketed or jailed. They just passed that bill here in
Yeah,
Canada.
for sure.
So it's
And I
just
mean,
like, where
there's
are we
some
going?
there's some understanding of that though. For me as a citizen, right? Like, we don't need to be talking. I don't go around and talk hateful language towards anything. Like, we don't have to be doing that. We can have factual, not hateful, right, conversations about certain, like, say if we had like a guest that came on and believed on the one religion, but like, boundaries, right? And that's okay, right? That's okay. I don't have any problem.
A discussion is far different than flat out sitting there and saying very hateful things.
Anti-Semitic kind of terms or whatever, right? Like, any of that, like, yeah, right? Like, yeah, we're done.
I'm okay with it. I'm Jewish.
We gotta evolve a little bit more. We gotta evolve a little bit more, man. Like, we've kind of dumbed down a lot of society, in my opinion, dumbed completely down. And that's why it's hard to connect.
That's actually one of those old thought experiments that is formulating into real life. About there's a Twilight Zone episode about people being dumbed down. Be a good one for you to watch, actually, where the kid he passes the test, right, and then they kill him because he passed. Right? Too smart for the system, right? Like, all of these old shows. I've had the time to rewatch a lot of them from the 50s, and I've gone, holy crap! Like, these are now. Like, how did they pinpoint this so good? Like, and that's where you got to be careful you don't go into a psychosis, right? Because then you go, wow, this is way too real, and you just go down those rabbit holes.
Yeah, it's convincing, isn't it? And there's so much stuff out there, man. Like, and that's the thing. It's like, especially with AI. With AI now, like, it's like they can make a video within 3 minutes, like whatever crazy idea, make it realistic enough. There's companies out there that can make like a full-on video with real people. So, like,
that's the question. Like, society has died. What is the use for people now? That's the moral, ethical question in philosophy right now. What is our use? Like, what happens at this point? Because I think what's happening is we're hitting singularity quicker than they anticipated. And when jobs are gone, like, what's left? Like, I live where the automotive sector is.
Yeah.
Once they have those lights off factories here, bye-bye. There's the economy gone. Because this is the Motor City.
Actually, really, I think at this point, like, I know sometimes my opinions, like, I could have kind of I'm open to other people's opinions, but I think at this point, I think we're pretty much sitting like almost like a perfect playbook, right? Because the numbers of birth rates are completely down, right? They have been more down than ever in the last few years or decades, right? People our age, like, not too many are having children, and then even Gen Zers are like absolutely, like, a very fewer are having kids as well, right? And
Idiocracy was correct.
But, like, I think it's the perfect playbook, right? Because, like, if I could just, what you want to do, and I know this sounds really crazy, but what do you want to do? It's like, have less people freaking producing kids, knowing that the technologies at this point right now,
where you can live forever and everybody else dies off.
No, not necessarily. And they're going to start bringing in right now all that technology. So you're not going to have these people that are going to be going into, like, the work field with old shit, right? Like, if anything, they prevented a shit ton of death, right? Like, if any, and this sounds crazy, right? Because like maybe because now they dropped the numbers of humans and stuff like that in Western countries, It's not happening in other countries because they don't have the infrastructure or the technology, even at pace. Western countries, like we're there. So it's about getting the education. Like my kid, he's growing up. He's not learning how to be a factory worker. No, he's learning AI. He's learning how to be a robotic technician. Like that's what he's going to be doing, right? Like so they're going to be molding these kind of brains going up. And I know that sounds crazy to think that institutionally that
we've been on a factory mindset. You're right. We've been on a factory mindset since the 50s. That's exactly what the school system with the bell is all based on.
And we're done with it. We're done with that factory mindset. So they're transitioning, like Gen Zers are legit that transition generation where a lot of them had to be pushed into social media kind of outputs. That's why they're so fucking in with all the trends, man. And then you get the other side that are just completely signed off of, so they're going more of the Amish way of living, right? And that's what happens during that kind of transition. And then my kids' generation, Gen Alphas, they're going to be the leaders of the new world. Like they're going to be the leaders of that new world experience. So,
but what world is there going to be if they're doing a thinning right now?
I'm not
killing the herd now. That's a eugenics project you're talking about. That's exactly eugenics, 100%. Thin the herd, keep a certain amount to do certain thing.
Yeah, because
and then it comes down to the unfortunate outcome of the race shit. And then that's where it all ends up fucking going. It never works. It never works. It's not a good system.
What doesn't
eugenics is never a fucking good route, and that's what it comes down to. Because that's exactly what you said: thinning a herd for desired people to do a desired thing.
I think they timed it, right? They knew it in the States. I think the Western countries knew that the United States wasn't going to freaking. Once they got off the gold standards in 1970, once they did that and they started printing money and that was the standard, right? They knew that wasn't going to last. So
look what happened with the SNAP benefits. Like that being canceled that overnight, the nonsense that was about to create in the States. A welfare state fucking cannot exist. It's a inflationary bubble that is bound to, because it's a deficit. It breaks the economy, unfortunately. And that's what it was. Like some people were getting like $4,000 worth of food.
That's part of that transition phase. It's a huge transition phase that right now with that empire, like
they're going into a UBI system. Like this is it. Everyone's going to make a base amount, and then like you'd said in the discussion we'd had before, tiered. I believe that could be true. I believe that could very well be a functioning form of government.
With society coming in. So back to where I think it kind of like it kind of planned out to being, it's because like 9/11 was such a, like the millennials were the second group largest, like, birth rate since the boomers, right? We're all children from the boomers. And so those numbers were way too big for like the new world that the technology was starting to replace, like a lot of jobs, a lot of futures, like the old ways of living, like firm handshake, good resume, like are done, right? Like the new way of living
is not a thing.
Do you have emotional intelligence? Are you able to have like, decent conversation to get through, whatever kind of position? Are you good to hang out with? Because like,
that's the social credit system. That's the social credit system.
Is all coming in, man. Like hard, like authenticity, where for 20 years it's been nothing but like profile and some sort of performance. All that is done. Like it is done. So if right now, like this is why
the world's gonna see you as who you really are. Period. Full stop.
Yep. Full stop. So that's going to be like my kids' generation, man. Like they're all being taught like being authentic humans, being kind. Like my kid, he looks at me when I say a joke and he's just like, you know what, Dad? You know what? Not that funny. like not that funny, whatever, right? And like he's just like, and I asked him, I'm like, so, something happened at school today or whatever like that, and he's just like, yeah, somebody said something to me, but like, you know what? Just moving forward, we don't really talk like that. So, we're moving forward. Like all these kids are like, and they're being taught early emotional intelligence, because it's something about like, if you can control the what. And how many people nowadays, when you go outside, that are just like we said, like fight or flight, they're just like, or they're like, hey, whatever, right? Like they're crazy. They're crazy. These 6-year-olds being in grade 1, man, they have more emotional intelligence, more words of understanding their brain. And there's not a lot of people that understand their brain out there.
Well, then then what you're saying would actually prove a broken generation. Full stop. That would have to be a broken generation then, because that's somebody who couldn't.
What generation?
That's somebody who couldn't make the jump. It'd either be our generation or the one after. And a lot of our generation is known as like kind of like the forgotten generation because of everything, right? Our generation, anyone I've talked to, has said they felt like they've been in an experiment. A lot of people have said that based on like all the testing. The millennials were like the beta test for whatever the fuck's happening.
Well, this is the big thing. I talk to a lot of people that are like our age or whatever, and younger, and none of them, like a lot of them, don't have children, and they don't want children, and they don't even want to be near it because they've been pumped, and we all been pumped with like 9/11, that whole rise of that, and then the financial crisis that was big. A lot of people, and then there's so much influence, and then like I don't know, man, like. From 2004 to 2015, I would say it was like hardcore party, don't stop. And if you stopped, like, it was insane, right? Like it was just go, high dopamines. And then COVID happened. Right. Yep. And COVID was like the
brick wall.
You will live in your bedroom. So they dopamine fed all these fucking generation, this whole generation, and then they went, stop. There's no future for you. So I would say the millennials are the most broken generation. I would say personally. I wouldn't say Gen X. Like they got by. They got by with the career old ways on making, but like Gen Alpha, Gen Z,
Nobody retired in our generation like they were supposed to. That was the thing. Like nobody was in retiring when we were going into the workforce. We were either too little or too late.
Yeah.
It was that weird cusp. Yep.
Yeah. Like it's a really, it's a really interesting time. Like we honestly live in a really, really historic time. Like it's not that big right now because we're in it, but I guarantee there will be tons of textbooks coming out, or well, not textbook, PDF files coming out, and like really pinpointing like this was the turning point to the next.
Well, here's a fun question for you. What is the world you remember leaving before you went into the military? I think we've had this talk before. I know I've said something about it.
Man. So
like, what is the world you expected when you came out?
Okay. So rollerblades, definitely. I had a pair of rollerblades. Were the fucking coolest little fucking piece of transportation I had. A disc player. They were just coming out with MP3s, and they were like small, right? And some of them were like super
square
big.
Ones.
The little square ones, right? You remember that? And you didn't see them; didn't have a screen on it, right? So you just download.
Yeah, I used to hide those when I was on duty.
Yeah, that just before getting into the military, I remember like a sense of competition for sure. There's mad competition. Just like that's how we grew up. Like a big, like you said, like all the testing, all the grading, all the just the constant, movement of competing with each other. And that's what it was. So there was a sense, but there was an optimism, right? There was a sense of optimism a little bit. It just came out of like 9/11, but there was a sense of like team and like pride and doing things. It wasn't like this. It wasn't like this. And fast track to like what, 2025, like it's kind of slow, right? The energy's like down. Like everybody that I meet is just, it's hard to have conversations with because they're so stuck. And it's like, yeah, is that kind of how you feel as well? Like, is that
it's definitely not what I feel that we expected, and we're I remember growing up on YTV and all those Canadian shows, and
go back to growing up. Yeah, it's like
things look good, one day maybe you can afford a house. Houses were fucking. We thought what a house was back then was a ton of fucking money, and now it's just like fucking retarded. And we could use the word retarded. That was another thing, But like, like things were a little bit more. You could joke openly, and like everybody knew it was a joke. You didn't have to like backpedal, like you could be a person,
Yeah, there was no boundaries. There's
but
no
everybody.
The word boundary was not around.
Yep.
Talking about mental health, like there was no conversation of talking to mental health. The idols on TV all the time were like, what? All the female singers, they were all dressed up as little schoolgirls.
Yeah, like they're also very sexualized growing up.
Very sexualized, and all the boys were like, these like frosted tips and like, that was the boys, unless you listen to freaking like, real music like rock or something or that. And they were definitely different. But yeah, there was just no control. There was no boundaries. There was no boundaries. And a lot of people got hurt, right? Like that's the thing, right? Like a lot of problems happened during that time period. So.
And that's what happens when you let things go fucking nuts, right? Look at where we're at now, where things are going nuts again, just in a different way.
Yeah, it's okay. Currently, right now in Halifax, it's we're going into like dark season, so that's what Halifax turns into a nor'eastern winds and just crap everywhere, cold, breezy, lots of rain, snow, whatever. So a lot of people just automatically just kind of like bunkle down, right, and bunk in, and that's how it is. But like in the city, like nobody even smiles at each other. So I make a point.
That's weird for the East Coast, man.
It's not really. It's not really.
I remember when we were living out there, like people were friendly.
Yeah, I think people are tired, but like the kids aren't, right? And the kids don't recognize it. So I make a point all the time whenever I see a kid, man. Like, and it looks weird. I'm just like, hi, like whatever, right? Like just do a little smile or whatever, like because like we have to recognize that, like, I mean, they're growing up into a world with their visually, they're just seeing
they're not getting
facial
cues and communication.
They're just and children like just hi, like like just smile. Just be able to smile is a hardship these days.
Well, that's scary because that's another instinct that we're going to lose. So again, what type of future are we going into if that's what they're controlling? Like it doesn't make sense that things are going to be so good for the future, but then this is happening, right? Like if we lose the ability to communicate just by like if I look at you, remember like when we used to work, we could talk just by looking at each other.
Mm-hmm.
If we lose that, that's another instinct lost, right? Going back to the conversation we had before about having those extra feelings and stuff. Like I think I do believe that we have lost the sixth sense, that there probably is more than just that, right? Like even biblically, they even said in the garden, like we had a lot of different abilities, like so we could talk to animals, telepathy, whatever, right? But that feeling that we have that something is wrong, if we lose that and we lose our ability to communicate just verbally or visually with our faces, like we're already losing the ability to write. Like we're going backwards, we're losing. So like how is that getting us better? It seems like we're just losing a lot more of who we are or what we are.
That's a good question. How's it getting us better? Well, it's not. It's not getting us better. it's not,
Okay, Rick.
and that's why it's up to us, right? It's not like personally, like I say, take responsibility and discipline for yourself, and just be like, I'm going to make a point to, write. I'm going to make a point to do physical, tactile things like art, drawing. I'm going to make a
Still writing
point.
cursive?
Do I write cursive? Well, sometimes, like my name, but that's as far as it goes. Like it's not like my form of writing. And I mean, I think that's probably cursive, but we're still writing. Like you're still like nobody's doing what's not cursive, but like
Calligraphy?
Calligraphy, right? Like that's coming back actually as a job, like a career. That used to be a career, be a
As an art
calligrapher.
form.
Yeah,
it's
right.
very skilled.
It would be like send the letters to the calligraphy, right? Like the clerk or whatever. So that used to be a job that was wiped out by technology, by not really needing it, right? And it was wiped out. So now it's coming back because people are wanting that. So we're almost
Want
in that.
handmade now. It's going back to wanting handmade shit.
I don't know handmade stuff. Oh,
Like being
the
made
handmade
by hand.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going into that conspiracy, like turning into the handmaids.
I don't know that one. I don't know that
know
one,
it.
so I don't even look into that.
Well, yeah, no, we're going back into the handmade and that, and I honestly think but it's going to be so cool if you can just follow me for a second. Could you imagine having crazy technology with like a fuzzy fucking raccoon hat? Like, I mean, that's awesome.
What?
Imagine having a raccoon hat with like a crazy technology. Like you can like handmade. Am I not making?
Understand. Are you high?
Could be. Could
Handmade.
you? Am I breaking out? Am I breaking out
No,
on that?
so you're like saying somebody's going to be making hats and then selling it online? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying that like we're going to be like say we write calligraphy letters to people when we send it to the calligraphist. It's a calligrapher. Okay, we send it. We're going to go back to sending calligraphy letters to a calligrapher to send out handmade, beautiful notes
Right.
again, right?
So it'll be
But
a niche market art brought back.
We're going to have crazy technology with all that too. Like we'll have like holograms popping out and be like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like your face will pop out right in front of me, like it's a hologram, and we can have that. But then we're going to be like, "Oh, I'm just going to the calligrapher and dropping off my letters to send to my friend," because that's the value now.
But I have to circle back then. How is this any better? Because you said at the end, like,
well, it's not.
dropping the population. How is this
like,
better?
huh?
We're dropping down the population, and we're going back to handmade niche things. How is this better?
I don't know. I'm not. Well, it is like I think I didn't say better. I think it's to be honest with you, I think it's the first stage of the new world. The first stage. Like that's going to be the first experience. And then as years, decades, generations go by, there'll be better and more crazier tech that will probably take over the niche of trying to be a, you know, calligrapher job in a new world. So that could be it too. But then again, I'm on a gummy, so like it could be it, right.
Is this a good time? This be a good time to ask you that. Do you think aliens are real? Like for real? I'm not just being goofy. Like, what do you like honestly think? Like with
Yeah, I think
everything
we
going
are.
on.
I think we're the aliens. I think we're the
That's fair.
aliens. Yeah,
Yep.
I think we're. You know what's really crazy? I always ask like my son. You know, like I always ask him because like children have like such an imaginative brain that it's like it's
They're closer to the veil than we are.
right, like whatever. So I ask him, and I'm like, "Are aliens real?" And I'm like, and I always ask him. I always ask him, and it's like right now it's a joke, and I'm like, "Hey, bud, like, you know, big question here though. It's like, are aliens real and whatnot?" And he would he always says like, "Yeah, we are the aliens. We."
Mhm.
And it's like we come from. And what do he say to me? He says we decide to come to this planet and we shoot from down. We shoot down. Now, mind you, like that there is a movie, Soul. Yeah, it's on Disney. He did watch that, so that's what they
I have to
actually
watch it.
do. They shoot down into the planet, but it's really interesting because there's I bet you like yeah whatever are aliens real? Yeah, I think we're super. I think there's I think we are. I think we are,
Mm.
but I think we're not quite aware of that fact. Like maybe there's like a super us up in the skies, you know, just monitoring. That's why they can come down here whenever and just blend in.
You know what's funny about that? Every
Mm.
native culture that I've researched so far, back here in Canada and across to Mesopotamia, says the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yup.
Wow. So I mean, it's
It's a
really
spicy conversation. It's very
it's
spicy, but
a
like
very
it
plausible
all
one.
affirms themselves.
Yeah. Like
That's why it's important to remember them. That's what everything says, and it's important to remember these stories and actually reflect on them because
you know, it
if
really
true.
is. And the actual like, you know, the drawing of an alien, like that could
Mhm.
just be a psyop just to be like take it like focus on that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't think I don't know. No, like I think we are the species
It's
and
funny too, like the same star cluster comes up in the same like it doesn't matter what region, all of the old cultures point to the Pleiadian star cluster, which is the Seven Sisters constellation. And all the natives talk about it. And they say that's the bridge, the
and
bridgeway.
Jesus was Jesus was the person was a person that walked on this planet that had that knowledge. Probably he was probably like I hate to say it. Man, I don't want to insult the Lord, you
Mm.
know, but like an alien, right? You know, like an
You know,
alien.
those lost years is enough time for him to have traveled the world and spread the word too. Those lost 18 years of the Bible is enough time.
And
That's always been a good story that brings up.
God is the
But
planet. We're not the planet, but like something like God's up top. And it's
but
just like
it even says if you want to talk Bible, it says we're higher than the angels in the order of hierarchy. We're higher than the angels. That's why Satan fell. He says he wouldn't bow to something made of clay when he is made of smokeless fire, right? And that was kind of like the big story, right? Like so that's that's kind of where like we're not from, even in the Bible it says we're not from here. We're planted here at the garden. We were supposed to fix shit and we didn't. And it's like all of these stories combine to say that like humanity is not from here. We're not the first to have been here. We're just here. It does because it doesn't say like it even says in the Bible that Adam is like he doesn't say go out and make the world of people. He says go out and replenish. Like that's an important word. Replenish means there was something prior. And is
mm,
restore, right? And that's when you get into your pre-dynastic people and all this other shit. So like we could have been here before caveman or after caveman. Who the fuck knows? But, like something happened and all these stories line up. And whether
Yeah.
the apocalypse and the Catholic stuff is true or not is to be debated, but like everything else seems to be pretty close to being true. That's where I just kind of find myself with it these days. I don't dive too deep with it. I don't look into who's the little season or this or that. Like those days are past me. Like most I've done, I think, in the last year is I've just talked to like different denominations. I even went and spoke to the Mormons, right? Like,
Yeah.
I just hear what you got to say, man. Like, I'm not gonna pass judgment. I'll consider it and I'll compare it against what my notes and thank you for your time, right? Like, there's some shit even in there that was like, I was like, I like that. That's a little convincing, but then there was other stuff in there going,
Mm.
So I'm like, there's a little bit of niceties and everything, right? It's just like, again, that's proper discernment at the same time. Like I won't dive headfirst into it. Like I have Christian guilt. It's just how it is, right? I was raised Christian, right? I didn't take much thought into it until, many years later when I got through things and affirmed itself.
Yeah.
But I'm not just going to jump on a bandwagon with a bunch of people with crosses and go, this is the way. Like, it's not going to happen.
No.
Like,
No, I
perhaps
don't
I'll be
think so.
considered a heretic. It doesn't matter. That proper
It's
way
just
to do
not.
things.
It's not my personality. It really isn't. It really isn't. Like it's just not. I don't jump. I have a hard time jumping in any crazy sides. Really, group mentality. Like I have a really hard time. Like
Yep.
in that sense. All for like the teamwork and all that stuff. I'm like on a mission mentality. Yeah, 100%. Like I'm with that. But like, yeah, group mentality is. I just think that we evolve a little bit further than that. So like, you can have a mentality. That's cool. Like you have an opinion on something. That's awesome. That's awesome, right? But like I would never fall into I see all sides really, and then I just kind of float in that moment,
Yeah.
right?
The
Like
objective thinker is never the most liked person in the room, unfortunately, because you're either with us
unfortunately,
or
and that's
against us
okay.
doesn't work.
That's okay. Like, like I'm not I can moderately look at all directions and not just talking political. Like those are the main conversations, right? Politics. What did our grandparents say to us all the time? You never talk religion. You
Religion,
never
politics, and
talk
money.
money. You never talk politics. Those are the three things, right? And what are we doing?
Talking all that shit.
Right? As a society, that's what we're doing, right? We're talking nothing but religion. We're talking nothing but politics, and we are talking money, money. And it's like we are all fucking like we're all in the same boat. So I try to be moderately like I see both sides on everything. And then I go, well, you know what? Neither of you are 100% right. Right. And then I kind of form that kind of baseline. And I think we need a lot more people in our society. Like, not all societies run this way, but you need these kinds of like mindsets. You need these mindsets because could you imagine if it was just one and two? What's the point?
Unfortunately, only 200 years ago, you were burned at the stake as a heretic for having these thoughts, right? You didn't have to say XYZ about JC. All you had to do is say, the planet's round, and you were like burned at the stake. Like it's just that,
Yeah.
like they would do to
Yeah.
objectivity.
200 years ago
Very-
before that, 200 years ago before that, we were clubbing fucking just for even whatever. Like you shouldn't say
maybe a
a
couple
thing.
thousand.
You shouldn't say a thing. We're sure, whatever, 1,000.
Yeah.
The whole point is like evolving, and it's like, we know in past societies have been really really successful and culturally and going through a lot of fucking difficult times when they were just more balanced. Not saying 100% just like conforming, but like more of a, that kind of flow. You're always going to have Are we talking politics? Are we
No,
talking politics?
not at all. This isn't really politics at all. This is just the truth. It's like people don't understand that in some countries, like just for this podcast, like this would have been shut down minute 2. Like in some countries, if you said anything about the state, like like you'd be done. Like
Oh yeah,
these conversations are dangerous, like depending on how deep you go, and people don't realize how free they have it here, right? Like there's a lot of first world problems and there's a lot of real problems that need to be solved, right? And it's just we just can't just jump on one side because both sides don't have the right answers. Like they have a little bit good here, a little bit good there, and then the rest can be tossed in the trash, right? Like it's just
want to mold the mold. I want to mold everything to. I shouldn't say that. The one almost a purple. I want to make a purple.
Yeah. Well, that's that line. Be the purple line, right? Hold the line.
Hold the line. Purple line. Yeah. So it's that's kind of where we're at right now with society, right? And it's not just our country. It's not like it's pretty much every Western country, every single Western country, right? And that's what we know. So it's a heck of an experience. But I want to add, like, at the end of the day, we're back to that alien. We are super, we are super people. We are the alien. And like, if we can remember that and like really just kind of fucking learn to, like, work past, problem solve, do what's fair and work with integrity. Like if there's a sense of that, we can get beyond all this. We can get beyond all this, right? And then we'll go back to no politic talk, no fucking religion talk, and no money talk. None. And we'll just go back to like living, right? That's what I hope, anyways. Fuck.
That's the life we left.
That's kind of what the life we left, but it built up to this, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like that's probably was, it's a good transition time to have the new tech and robotics coming into the world, and there's less people, right? Like there's a lower population with Gen Zs because like there wasn't, like, it's lower than millennial.
But what do you do with a boiling pot of young men who are jobless in a society with no jobs? What do you do?
Oh, it's a problem. That's what Jordan Peterson is fighting for, right? That's what like a lot of people are trying to.
Is that where the 300,000 are coming from? Is that the boiling pot of young? And then for what?
No, the 300. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's actually fucking hilarious, to be honest. You're talking about like all the government public servants have to learn to shoot a firearm.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about that?
Yep.
I think don't you think that's fucking fun? I think that's amazing. I think it's the funniest thing ever when you take
That's a full-on police. That's a full-on police state at that point.
Oh my god, dude!
Because that means like IRS agents, or not IRS, whatever we have, Revenue Canada agents will have guns. Like the postal inspector will carry a gun, and like it'll be that kind of shit. If federal employees do it, that's what'll have to happen. That's what will happen.
Oh, maybe. Yeah,
that's police state.
Whatever.
Did you not know that the postal inspectors, like, they carry a badge and everything? I didn't even know that.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was great. Like, there's actually like division. I don't think they can just read your mail.
No, it's going to give them another skill of like defending Canada. That's what it is. It's more of a fucking laugh. It's more of a laugh.
Well, something's going on because like they're signing deals up north now with the mineral. Did you see the mineral mine that's the one thing that's new. Yeah, Nunavut just signed off with the mineral mine, first Inuit owned mine.
It's incredible.
But now
Yeah,
now
when you
there's
look
the
at it,
up there, but now the Navy's up there quite a bit now. They're putting bases up there now too. Well,
yeah,
I
Winnipeg,
think there's a
Kerrville.
race for the north right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a race to the north. Yes. Yes. As soon as it was those ice walls started to break up and they can get like shipping lanes in there. Oh
Yep.
yes. Yes, man. And there's going to be a huge, huge like issues. There will be conflict up there. You know, and I
They're gonna
think
have
that's
to
what
share. They're gonna have to share that bowl. That's it, because that's all it is up there is a bowl. There's no land. There's like very little land up there. It's mostly
I know,
ice.
but they don't have to go through the south, right? They just go
It's
north
the
now.
shortest route. It's the shortest route.
The shortest route, and all that ice, they're making an ice bridge, or not an ice bridge, but a canal like through the ice, because the ice can break now. Like all the bergs are melting, I guess.
Well, the Navy's got 2 Arctic vessels now, eh? Did you know that?
Yeah,
Navy's got 2 Arctic vessels, and the Coast Guard just got absorbed into the D&D tonnage.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the thing.
I love that, man. Like
So I
I
mean,
don't.
that's kind of like the States, man. We're kind of switching to kind of how the States are doing it secretly. That's how it is.
For a
Coast
few
Guard will
things.
be armed. The Coast Guard will have a gun on it. And that'll be good. Good, you should.
Yeah,
If you're
yeah,
stopping smuggling, how are you doing that unarmed?
yeah, yeah.
Right?
No, I think it's awesome, and it's the if you look at like so the mine is owned by none of it, right? Like
Yeah. Like the
provincial.
people.
The provincial owns, like the people own. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like incredible, right? And that's going to build like infrastructure, right? It comes from the land. It comes from this. It shouldn't. And this is going to piss off a lot of like capitalistic. And it's not about that. We can have a capitalistic, democratic kind of society where it should be, not this like massive like when you look at Netherlands, right, or Denmark, their oil reserves, it's all for the people. It's all for the people. And Denmark, like you work 4 days out of the week, right? And they're 6-hour shifts because they believe in that, but they have other like rotations to get the work done. But you get paid livable. You can have a societal lifestyle, like walk around and go to the coffee shop. Everybody's like, happier, right? Like because they're being taken care of. And I know that could like lead to a different kind of world, but it's like they're still making money on the side. They're still building, like there's still capitalistic mindset, but they got free schooling. Like their universities are paid for. You go to university for 10 years paid. Because they have the money to do it. They have the reserves to do it. And
that's how it should be. That's how it should be.
Right.
We'll
and it's not owned by Ted Jones, who just because he has the money right now could just boom. Now I own none of its oil or minerals. And Ted Jones,
not a lot of people up there are happy with the GN being up there at all. So we'll see how this goes. This could be a good thing. This could be a good thing.
I think so.
They're not happy with the GN, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So I think that's where we're trying to push the needle into that, right? I'm hoping anyways. I didn't vote. I did vote, but I'm not going to talk about my voting rights.
Don't talk about voting. You're bringing up politics again. What are you doing?
But I'm hoping because it's wild, right? Like our military. Well, no, the 300 public servants fucking learning weaponry is. I think it's something that it's.
Didn't they want to boost the military to 300,000?
No,
wasn't that the thing that was suggested?
No, it was public servants will be trained weaponry.
Okay, I got that back mixed up.
Yeah. So it's funny, right? I had a conversation.
That's still going to a police state. It's literally just arming like the states.
Yeah.
Every agency has a gun in the states. It'd be the same here.
I was talking to the CAF case manager today, and that's what I said. I'm like, you get ready for your rifle training, buddy. Get ready, buddy. He's
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Wouldn't that
oh
be
yeah,
weird?
I love it. I find it like, you know
Yeah,
what?
you know what? That's funny. You're a federal employee, therefore, if something cooks off, you're automatically a foot soldier. Oh my God, that's funny. That's
Well,
awesome. That's a great
oh,
idea. It's a great
yeah.
idea.
Well,
There's
it doesn't take anything. Well, I mean, it's a huge workload for a lot of the fucking range people at the moment,
they just need
especially
to
in like,
build more ranges.
in Ottawa, like Connaught Range, man. Like, yeah, that's gonna be freaking pumping,
They'll
pumping
just like
through.
they'll just like build more ranges. An excuse to take
No,
crown land, cut some
no,
trees
they
down or something.
won't. They would never do that. They wouldn't put money into building a
Where are
range.
they gonna get that ammo?
They'll buy all that ammo. 100%. Yeah, no, they got stockpiles upon stockpiles, man. Like,
Yeah.
there's just so, but like, I mean, I think it's,
That's why we only shot every 2 years to qualify.
but when you get it, huh? Yeah. Well, for us, yeah, for us, because like there wasn't, no, it was yearly for me. What are you talking about?
Only if you were up to DAG. It was every 2 years.
Well, I had to be dagged all the time. I was dagged all the time.
Not until
So
you were 5s qualified, you weren't.
what are you talking about?
Because we
Five-
weren't dagging. They weren't sending anybody until we were 5s qualified in our trade at the time. Unless you were 5s qualified, you weren't going anywhere. So you
Yeah.
weren't dagging anywhere until then.
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. During that,
Nobody was getting sent anywhere. Like when we
during the
got out,
18
and I
months, I
saw a
was
lot of the
2 years.
when I started seeing all the aviators going up north, I was like, wow, like because they started sending people below the rank of corporal.
Right.
That was new. That when we got in, they weren't doing that much, not at all, unless they were the corporals or the master corporals. Those were the people going places, whether it be alert or Afghanistan.
Sure.
So that was how our trade worked.
I
Unless you
mean,
got your five.
the fire trade was like that. I went. I had to dag a few times during that time period before 5s, and once I got out of my 5s, like it was like I was a part of that Lusar. So you had to be dagged all the time for Lusar all the time.
Oh, before they started it, when they called it, was that before or after they called it Dart? Because you were Comox, right?
Yeah, Comox, yeah. So
Yeah,
that
so
was
you're like the Lusar Dart team or whatever it was.
yeah.
Western Seaboard Dart team. Because
Yeah.
you guys were. Oh, I know why you're supposed to dag only because Nepal. Because Nepal, you were supposed to go up for Nepal.
No,
weren't
we
you?
had to be. You had to be
Like
you
high
had to be-
readiness.
You had to be high ready all the time. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was high readiness all the time. But like, I mean, we were encouraged to be dagged high ready all the time, right? Like, I don't think I've spent any time in my career without a year of shooting a rifle. There was
every like
not
2 years.
2 years, not for me, man. Like I shot
I can go grab my old dag sheets. I can tell you it was like every 2 years.
for yourself, maybe.
That's why we laughed. And most of those guys, I remember a lot just had it signed off. Not
Oh yeah,
not a lot of people shot. I'm telling you.
I'm fucking
I
so
did mine.
tired.
I did mine when I had to. I did all my stupid gas training.
Yeah,
I hated that, but like that was like
that was
nearly.
the best part. What are you talking about? Getting
I liked it.
fucking gas.
I liked
and
the gas
stuff.
training. I never bothered me.
Love
Now,
that.
now would I want to be in Mop 4 for days on end? Absolutely not. But it was fun for training.
Yeah, it was. It was. No, I hated every moment of. That's one part of the job that I always found like exhausting was just trying to dag. Not trying to, but like going through the dag process
Or clearing
Like,
in and clearing out.
oh
In
yeah,
routine,
well,
out routine stuff. That
yeah.
was exhausting.
That wasn't too. That was exhausting, but
Well, it would take you almost 2 days to do it. Take you like a day and a half if you were like really hitting it hard. You had to go from like to physically go there and get the stamp or whatever.
yeah,
Like we were even in the military, we were at the end of an antiquated system changing. Like it was like on that line of changing because now I think they use like those smart cards now that we were getting for GRA pass. I think they're using those just as DAGs now. I could be wrong, but
yeah. They're starting to get a little bit more like it's not physical paper anymore at all. Like it's computer.
what did you wear in basic? Were you in the OD greens or were you in CAD pad?
No, I was fuck.
You remember basic?
Yeah.
we had the OD greens because I did mine in a Swimalt. So like we were like one of the last courses to wear the olive drab. And
That's
then,
wild.
And then I went to NCDs.
No,
So
no.
I never
We were CAD pad. We were CAD pad. So it was that was the transition year. It must have been a transition year.
Yeah.
Or you did basic training somewhere. Where did you do yours?
Swimalt. I didn't go to Gagetown. I didn't go to Gagetown or Gatineau. I was in a Swimalt.
Yeah, so a Squimalt, they probably just used whatever they got approved to use.
It was like going to Aldershot. It was like an Aldershot basic.
CAD was been out ever since the first occupation of like Afghanistan, like that. Yeah, it was. They transferred they switched it all over. So yeah, you would have had that.
That CAD pad for us, not then.
No, you didn't have it then. No, you had like the 1970s look.
Yep.
The 80s.
Matt Patterson's type of CAD pad.
I love it. And that would have been cool. That would have been very nostalgic for sure. You imagine wearing that. No, I had that. I had CAD pad.
Yeah, no, I never wore any of that until we lost our flight suits. I never wore we lost our
you went from olive drab to like coveralls.
Yep.
Coveralls and a broomstick. Go on the board, buddy. Were you a bosun? Is that what you were?
No, I went in as electrician.
Electrician.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that would have been.
I didn't stay long. I only did 2 years and I switched.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, that's good. That's good. Sorry, I don't want to. You don't have to talk about.
No, I got nothing to talk about. I just switched it over. I was like, went over to fire, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And what a competitive trade to even.
It was only 430 of us at the time. I think it was.
Yeah.
It was almost as competitive as SARTEC. They used to say. I was like, I don't know if I believe that, but maybe to get in, but.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember the PT test, but I've always found the PT test was easier than the force test. But
that PT test was something else.
8
that was
minutes.
A good one.
8 minutes isn't.
Freaking gassed me every time, buddy. Gassed me. I got I think my best score out of that was 15-15 or 5-15, 15-15.
You could walk it at 640. Like it wasn't
5 minutes.
Pace yourself. 640 was the number normally. So you didn't suck your thing dry, you were good.
Yeah, it's the ladder. It was the ladder.
Second ladder.
Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I was just like, oh man, I'm gassed, right? Like my heart rate was like at like 260. It was just like, no, this guy's gonna pop.
Do you?
But like,
no, you were probably gone.
Like, there were freaking awesome characters, man. That 100%. Like, talk about leadership. Roundabout on that is like, there was really good leaders, man. That were older, right, wiser in their years, and doing this test.
Yep, and I remember, and they'd be fine with it. They'd suck it dry, and then they go have a big old smoke after, and just laugh. And like. The old guy did it. Cool.
So it kind of gave that like inspiration. I was just like, shit, this guy just did that in 7 minutes, and I'm a young kid, right? Like I'm in my 20s, so I'm like, I gotta smarten up here. Like I gotta show up, right? So that's what it brings, right? So be that influence too, like if we have a little bit more,
don't be there to break records either. You don't kill yourself. Like, know your limits. Don't try to kill it. You know, it wasn't a tough test. It was just a test of just stamina. Like, it was just because there was really no stops. Like, your brakes was your walk, and even that was like pick up the pace. But
yeah, pick up that pace, man.
But-
Yeah, it was the firefighter fitness test is what we're talking about right now. We had to do it annually, and they still do. They still do, I believe, annually. And I think it's a fair test. It's a fair test, right? Like, it is tough, like, but it's also very doable, right? So
you're gassed at the end of it. You got steam coming off you, but like, it's at the same time, like, I remember Young Bucks trying to, like, what was the record? The record was like 450 or 458 or something silly.
man.
It might have been even lower. I don't know the stats,
There
but
was
like,
this guy,
there were
man.
guys trying to break it.
He was a professional like hockey player. He played for pro hockey, and he did the Red Bull downhill skating.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, right. That guy, different level, man. Like, I think he got like 2 minutes or something like in like just above like 2 minutes and 2:45.
Yeah, for the world.
Like, and you can't run. So I don't know how he did it. Like, that shuffle, the speed shuffle walk, like a little peacock.
No, with Randy. No, thank you.
Like, amazing though, right? Like, yeah. So I think that's the fastest I've ever seen somebody do it. After that,
I remember we used to have guys that used to push the milk cart and pull the milk cart around at the school. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Maybe some of the instructors like just pull a milk cart for PT for no reason. Just like, I want to see if I can pull it, like, as for their hose test.
Yeah.
I was like, oh
yeah,
that's wild.
The hose weighs like 15 pounds, dude. Like, it's not a 2,000 and 5,000 2,500 pound vehicle, right? Like,
I used to love it in the fall or the winter. If you caught a winter one, you were like, yes, like, it's just gonna slide. You're like, this is gonna be fine.
Yeah,
it was
so
just
fun. It was so wild. It was such a wild time. I loved it. Looking back at a lot of things, right? I do miss it. I miss it just sitting around the fire hall with you, having some conversations, just like we're doing now. Yeah.
I always go back and have a smoke, be out there most of the night. Dad washing cars, having a chat, washing cars.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some amazing people out there, man. Amazing people. And I really hope they're all doing well. Right? I really do, because like I think we all hit a big COVID wall there for a second. It was like, and now we're just, it's like some of us, we've lost people. I haven't really gained. I think we're at that age too, right? Where you just start losing people and you're not really gaining people. And then when you're young, you're nothing but gaining. You're just like, I'm winning. And I'm not saying we're older, but we are older, and we're at that stage where it's like, it's now you're losing people more than you're gaining. So, I mean, I'm really blessed to have you, brother. Cheers to you.
You as well, my friend.
Yeah.
You never got to do our toast on Remembrance Day, so.
No, we have not. We didn't.
Narrow Gates here.
And who's on?
The Narrow Gates here.
Oh no. Let's have that deep conversation.
I always had a dip in every time my mask would be a pool of sweat and spit. Talking about the PT test.
Yeah, freaking solid.
Yeah, if I recall, Hollywood used to always have a thing of gel in his bunker gear too to slick it back. Probably did it after the PT test too.
Characters, it's just solid though, right? Like, they just got through it. I was gassed every time. I was gassed doing that test. Like, yeah,
it wasn't a joke. Like, it was like, it was decent PT. And my rule always was, because I was just getting in trouble because I wouldn't like do PT normally with you guys,
Mm.
and they'd be like, "You need to do PT," and I'd be like, "When I don't pass that firefighter test, you can get on me." And I'd always like hit a decent time every year and just leave it. They leave me alone. It was just like, I'll do PT on my own time when I feel like it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's just how it was for me. Like either I was working crew with you guys, or I was in the prevention office, right? Like I was like double dipping all the time. I was busy. So, like I
Well,
never
yeah,
did that.
like you did more PT because you were never sitting around.
No,
You know,
I was always walking around. I walked around that
you were
base so
always
many
walking.
times. I
Yeah.
should have just, you know what, back then they should have had those foot tickers. I could have just counted my steps and go, see, PT, I'm counting steps.
Could you imagine?
It'd have been a great excuse.
Yeah, it'd be like I got like 28,000 steps right now, right? Like, give me a break, you know?
That would have been an excellent excuse.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I
No,
was.
but you
I.
know what? They gave it the option. They're like, do you want to do this or the force test? I was like, I want to do my own test. Thank you. Like, I always preferred my own test.
Oh yeah. 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 Well, we didn't have the option. No, it was both.
No, if you couldn't pass the fire one, you had to do the force one, and then you were doing remedial. That's how the rules went on that.
Oh, if you didn't pass the fire one. Yeah. Yeah.
Because then you had
Well,
to be
we
tested
had to
for
do a
force
force
fitness.
test as well to be dagged because they didn't recognize the fire test. The fire test
Nope.
was our test, and that was
just to keep our job. That was literally just to keep our queue, ourself in queue. That's literally what it came down to. Just to make sure that you were capable of doing the job, because we were supposed to be a high tempo job.
Yeah, there was no. I don't think there was nothing binding to the military's eyes about that test. It was more of a trade specific kind of like testing to be like, are you able to do this? Because it's my
keep your job.
too.
It's to keep your trade. That's literally what it was. They used
No,
to
but
give it to you so many
people
times.
didn't do
People
the
get
test
kicked.
at all. And they stayed in the trade and they
I
didn't do
know
the
that.
test at all. And then all they would do is the force test, and then they would have their same job again. Like
Exactly.
that happened all the time. And once that started happening, and other people were like, "Oh, why do I have to do this?" Like, why? And then it created like that whole narrative.
Well, that's because of the old shit. We won't even get into the contract issues, but that's when that crap was going on too. Like, that was a mess of a time to be in.
Yeah. Well, the SOU, yeah. Yeah, the
Yes.
SOU. Well, again, like the SOU is a statement of understanding, but it's like there was nothing binding. Like it wouldn't go. All it was a threat. It was just to make you think, right? Like, dude, but there was nothing like you could argue all that. Yeah, you can argue all. The test was no joke at all. It wasn't. Man, it was brutal. It was brutal.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy any minute.
It's the second ladder climb, man. And everyone says it. It's the second ladder climb because that's when you're like scared for a second, like one wrong slip and I'm going down this ladder. I always felt like that. I was like if my legs are jello, this isn't good.
Yeah.
And then and then I think after that you still had to go and like run around with the jaws.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I did the Ottawa fire test. I did that one. And it's pretty equivalent to the Toronto. Like it's the same Ontario-based firefighting physical test. I don't know if it's the exact same test. I didn't do the Toronto one, but I did the Ottawa one. The Ottawa one for the entry, and I think they only do it once, right, in their career. I don't think they keep retesting every year like we were doing. But the Ottawa one was way easier. Like way easier. It was the step
Than
test.
ours?
Than ours. Oh my gosh. Yes, dude. Yes.
Really?
Like, oh my buddy, you weren't even in full gear in the Ottawa test. You were in like.
So will they do the VO2 max on the treadmill?
No, we had step test. Up,
with
down,
the breather?
up, yeah, with with a pack on, not even full mask, nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Yeah, that's how it was. Like, yeah, and it was like easy. Like it's challenging, right? Like some of the equipment you got to pick up and manipulate and get up there and stuff like that. Some of it was challenging. Like it's challenging. You have to have like the strengths and the stamina,
Well,
but
it's not that bad. Like the VO2 max is what sucks for most people. Is that's when you're on the treadmill with the freaking thing in your mouth. I did
that's
that
the
for London.
Toronto. I think. I think the
I
Toronto
did
one
that
had.
for London.
Yeah, so like the
That's when
VO2
you do
max
that
is
old
brutal.
the Ontario thing. Yeah.
I don't know if I could survive that one right now. Like I would
Well, you got to
freaking-
do it for a minimum of like 15 minutes, man. Like for me, I'm a heavy smoker, and I was on that thing for like 17 minutes.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they never tell you if you hit the mark, right? They go, "Can you keep going? Can you keep going? Can you keep going?"
Yeah.
Right? And then it's only good for a year. And then if you don't have all your other stuff done, it doesn't line up. So you're always like forking out money to do it. Not worth it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
exhausting,
A
and
money grab.
incredible.
Especially when you've done it. Like that's the thing, right? Like when you've done the job, like and you have to go through all that nonsense, like there's no laterals like cops can do sometimes. Like unfortunately it is what it is. Right? But
There's no
that's why
lateral position like for
well
firefighting.
that's why I always push people when I was in go prevention. That way you'll have a less competition when you get out. Like you're gonna go in as an officer somewhere, do prevention or do training, be an instructor. Like those were the things I was always pushing people to do.
Yeah,
And that's what I did. That's what I ended up doing for a
prevention is.
while.
I know a lot of. I know a lot of guys, like a lot of dudes that got out and got in prevention right out. Fire prevention right away. And like
Yep.
in Ottawa, like good civilian job, like a good government job too, right? And I know guys that are working in Ottawa right now in fire prevention, and what a group that is! Like it's such a great position, really.
It
Like
is.
they have all the fun buildings to check out. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, right? But like for the most part,
Being a beat inspector is like one of the best jobs. Like you're not like responding to stuff unless it's like an investigation or all hands on deck event. You're doing the meet and greet with the people, right? You're being the face of the fire department. You're the
yeah,
it's the way it's I enjoyed it. But as an inspector, because that's when you're again, you're practically a beat cop. You're just walking in doing whatever you got to do, whatever appointments you have, doing your life safety stuff. Great job. Amazing. It's better than being on the floor.
Oh,
Like, you
I
just want
agree.
to, because you're always busy.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that far for me. No, I always enjoyed being on the floor. I always enjoyed it. I worst part was
We had in Fort Mac was a joke compared to the one we did in the CF.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Like there's that.
and that was a
It was like
national
a
one.
full face mask, right? Like we were hooked up during. So like at the end of it, your throat is completely gone.
Well,
Like,
we were working off the stale air in our own packs. It wasn't just like we were hooked up to some breathing machine on the treadmill. We were using what we use every day.
yeah, compressed
Probably
air.
filled by some QL3 in the morning, right? Like you never knew what kind you were gonna get. Was it gonna be a full bottle? Is it gonna be like 1/3? Like if you were an air hog, you were like wanting that thing at 4,500, 46 if you could squeeze it. Like, it's
Yeah, that's
it was
how
a
it was.
wild time. That was a wild time. You're
Yeah,
sucking those bottles back.
yeah, yeah. That was a
And then we
moment.
go out for driver training on an active runway.
I enjoyed it all. I enjoyed
I used to
it all.
love
But
doing
like
that.
back to being like floor or inspector, like I was never a trained. Well, actually, yeah, we're certed inspector level 2, right? I think we're level 2. I got to go through my seals, but I enjoyed the floor personally. Like in the best position, I would say was just being in the back of the truck and actually going in. Right,
Crew chief.
like I wouldn't even say crew chief, man. Like for me, like I would just like go right down. Like, I just want to be the hydrant guy. I just want to catch the hydrant, right? Wrap it around, step on it, let her go. Like, perfect, man. Like, what a position that is. You
I
know,
enjoyed Sector 1. That was my favorite on the fire grounds. I was happy with Sector 1, and that was it. Or sorry,
yeah,
Sector 2.
one was
Sector
great,
2.
right? Yeah, no, all positions are great. Like, they were so good. But that's what I enjoyed. Like, being in an office was, especially like downtown Ottawa, and like
Yeah, that'd be tough.
building 101, right? And it's like, you want to talk about like just a unit working, like civilians and military together. Like, they're just like, there's no life. It's just
Yeah,
gone.
but the thing in prevention though, like the reason you lose your soul so quickly is like if you're once you start doing it long enough and you literally see the world for raw what it is before something happens. If you catch the right, like I've been in hoarding situations, extremely bad ones on base, and I go, wow, right?
Mm.
And I've seen it in the civilian world and gone, wow. And I've investigated fires going, there's a reason for this, right? Like
Mm.
it's these the things you don't see, and you don't see the poverty, and you don't see there's a lot more emotional shit that you don't have control to do in that side of the house, even on base. I saw it on base, man.
Mm.
But then the base is involved now, so then you have that additional nonsense on top of something you're trying to rectify, right? And it's a tough job. Like the floor was great. You just get off the truck, do whatever paperwork you had to, squeegee the truck, and then wait for the
Yeah.
next run. It was great, but
Rather
on the
grief.
prevention side, like you never knew what you were going to walk into. Even
Yeah.
on base, it was like something different. Constant, like we were always active, but it just made you feel really upset because there was nothing you could do.
Yeah, I would say like doing and seeing, yeah, if the fella has to work,
Yeah,
there's no better
that's
job.
true.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, like I would say like doing fire
With my
prevention.
sleepovers.
Yeah.
Me too.
They were great. Yeah. The fire prevention world is that you have to be an independent worker. You have to be a problem solver. You have to be able to go to anybody and just be like, yeah, no, not right. Like, you got to be that person.
You have to
You
be
got to be
firm and
able.
fair.
You got to be firm and fair and move forward, right? And in Ottawa, like, that's the only really, like, when I was there for a few months, and it was OJT, right? Like, I wasn't even in the fire service yet. I was doing OJT placement there, but like I met a lot of, like, I was working with the fire prevention, and in Ottawa, like, for the most part, like, they're all high ranking, right? So, and some of them have, for the most part they don't, but like some of them have that, like, over the bubble ego behind the rank and whatnot, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
so you
some
have
do.
to be that person to just go to their desk and be like, no, this is where, and you had to know your stuff. You had to be willing to back it up because they were going to challenge you on it. They were going to challenge you on it. For the
Yep.
most part, there was none of that, right? There was none of that, but you
But
still
if you
had to
had to, it
present.
was good to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But like on the
But
working on the floor, but like, fuck me, man. Like the jokes, man. The jokes alone. Like, you're working with your buddy and you're just greasing tools all day. You're just like, like, wow. And when I was like going up in rank and stuff and becoming a supervisor and stuff, I would hear these, like, the new people come in and complain over greasing a tool.
I know.
And I would be like, don't, like, you're making the wrong complaints, son. Like, you're not even like
I remember sandblasting axes and repainting them.
that's amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing. Like that is a moment for you right there to just like go, this is amazing, like, amazing. Love it.
A little bit of floor
Right.
hockey for PT.
Floor hockey for PT, shooting, doing jokes with the boys, right? Like,
Jeopardy.
and the woman. Sorry, I say
Jeopardy.
guys. Jeopardy. Yeah, I'm playing Jeopardy. Yeah, it was great, man. It was
You know what
great.
I miss?
Sleepovers.
I miss the late night drives out on the airfield for airfield for Mill. Just driving around when the taxiways were clear, and just go out to the Compass Swing and just
Compass
tell
Swing.
Tower I'll call you when we're done, and then you just kind of sit there and you just kind of look at the sky and you're like, this is awesome.
Put on a little bit of
Check the cables
yeah.
and then just go home. It was a nice way to kill time when you could just go out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the because like your nervous system was like it was kind of relaxed, right? Like I mean, there was like you're just driving around and there's no activity right now on the airfield. And
There's
it's
always me
so
time.
big. It's so big and the lights are there and stuff. It's beautiful. Like, yeah, like we don't get those opportunities anymore.
Nope.
You know, like
That was like the little piece of freedom we can get out of that. Like that was just like I'm out here and I just get to relax for a minute and go, this is cool. This is why I do this job.
yeah,
I
right.
remember that stuff.
Man, like there's so many things that like I reflect and it's just like fuck, man. You know, there's no way you won't be doing that anymore.
Dude, remember we were operating cable
So cool.
machines and that wasn't even part of our QL3 training? You're like, you want me to do what? Oh, the cable catch for the CF-18 when it strikes it. You want me to make sure that works? Okay. Never touched one before. Let's go. Yeah. And then you stretch it across the runway with the fire truck hook.
Oh yeah. No,
High
Troy,
speed run ups.
Troy, like there's nothing better that gets me like revved up than seeing those fucking like, especially when you're doing the testing and we're out there in the fucking trucks and seeing them catch it and shit like that. It was so fucking cool, man. Like it was so. I'll never see it again.
Yep.
I'll never. But like we can say that we were like a foot away from that 18, just smashing that cable, pulling it fucking.
Yep.
God knows where. And then like being a NASCAR.
I remember we had a flyby. I remember because we couldn't get off the runway in time. So we just had to stay in place while the bird flew around and circled back. And it like fucking went right over us. And we're like, oh, he's not happy.
Huh?
We're like, oh, he's not happy. And then he just goes and he flips back around. We're like, okay, we gotta get the trucks off.
Yeah, he was like what, like 20 feet up?
Oh,
maybe 30?
Nah, I'd say probably 30 feet at probably the most.
Yeah. Like he was close enough.
Were you in the truck with us when we got the hung ordnance? Were you in that one? We had a CF-18 come in and he came in with actual hung ordnance. And we got there and our driver positioned us like I think it was starboard port of it. And we're like, that's where it is. Like we were looking at the missile with the binoculars and it's like the front's hanging down. We're like, if that back one goes, that's gonna go. Move the truck. I had to move the truck, redirect it. That was like one of the scarier ones that I had just on the airfield. Fucking I had one fire on the airfield. That was in Cold Lake.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, there wasn't like there wasn't like the call volume wasn't crazy, right? Like
It was for medical and plumbing calls. Those were the two most common calls we had.
Yeah, it wasn't, from my experience from like civilian and military, the civilian side, they stuck with their SOP in a sense, right? Like everybody knew their position and that's as far as their workload would go.
Like, and we only got about somewhere in the ballpark of like, I think it was like 400 calls a year for 4 crews.
Sure,
so like
but
and that was mostly medical.
We were thin, no, and then on top of that, our SOPs were there, but then it was just like you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. On top of that, like all the CE shit, like there were situations where it was just like don't call the electrician, but we need to play this like movie, right? In the movie theater. Don't call the electrician though, because we're gonna have to charge the electrician, time and a half to go to the fire hall. So don't do that. You figure it out. And then it's like, well, okay, no problem. I'll go figure it out.
Don't
right?
do it. Don't do it.
Right. Right. Don't come out of the don't call electrician because you're gonna have to pay them a time and a half, but you go figure it out. So that puts more pressure and more stress on that whole bullshit, right? And then you're on top of that, you're already burnt out, you're already running calls, you're already doing this. But that's how it was. Like it was, so you're spending like what, an hour of your time going through like all the panels, clicking shit, trying to figure out the fuse that burnt out. You know what I mean?
I remember
like,
that on
what are we
Red
doing?
3
What are we
on
doing?
the lime green fire truck, the Red 3. I remember they're like, oh, you can't change the light bulb in the frickin' in the siren light. Oh, it's got to go in for CE. I was like, the hell it does, and you go put it in anyways. Like that's the bullshit you'd have to play sometimes. Nonsense. You're right. Absolute nonsense.
And
We did
everywhere
a
you
lot of
go,
things.
everywhere you went, it was just exhausting. Like you would go for maintenance for your vehicle to bring it into the shop.
Yep.
And then it was exhausting to deal with, and exhausting to deal with the people there. And unless you got that one person that you just go to all the time, and you're like, we have a good repertoire. You and I worked well together. Everybody else is like, fuck off, fuck.
Yep.
Fuck right off.
If you know your buddy or somebody cool was working at the next place, it wasn't a chore. Like it was just like, this is gonna be okay. But you're absolutely right. Like
it was exhausting.
I remember we had trucks down for no reason. We had trucks down for absolutely no reason sometimes.
In the civvy world, it's like you show up, you do your maintenance, and then if your truck goes down, they have a company that takes care of that. Right? You don't take care of that. You don't. But like, so what we're describing here is that we didn't have a lot of calls. Like there was like we had a lot of calls for the population, from the population that we were dealing with. Right? Like percentage rise. If you look at the actual like numbers with percentile, I would say that we're even more than city, if you can bring it, not like pockets of cities, pockets. I wouldn't say like city of Toronto, that are, that's insane. But I would say that we with the amount of bullshit that we had to fucking constantly, like it should have been a TV show. We should have been like it should have been a TV. Hey, Troy,
TV. Want to go on Vet TV?
Can you imagine having a firefighter calendar for just like one fucking fire hall? Like literally one fire hall? Like one fire hall. Like basis, like giving out one firefighter calendar for one fire hall, right? Like this is a Greenwood firefighter calendar. Like, could you imagine though? Like, you know what I mean? Like, like here's your top 20 fucking
meatheads.
No, but no, I'm not. It's not about that. It's not about that. But it's like the city fire, like Halifax, like it kind of. So like we were just one hall for that whole population. Where the city of Halifax, they have like 200 halls.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more people, a lot more firefighters, a lot more like.
What I found surprising was how much the military life was not what I expected it to be. What I saw, as far as what a military person was supposed to be like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just. It was weird seeing it. It was weird seeing like the not military side of people all at one different. It was weird. It made a weird dynamic in the PMQs.
Did you have like a mental image of like what you were expecting to show up into the service and expecting to see what kind of people that
I just expected like places to be like trim and tidy and not a complete kit bomb and I saw a lot of hoarding. Like I saw, and I can understand hoarding, like because we move so freaking much, but like not healthy hoarding. Like it was scary. And then it's when you started to notice like the mental health of people, like who, like you just kind of start to notice the pattern of those people who are living in those conditions, and it just becomes a thing, right? And then eventually you see it in a fire, and then you're like, shit, like this is what all of that leads to.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of go, how do you fix this without offending anybody? When you just have to call it out for what it is, go, this is the reason, this is a thing, like you're not clean, or you need help or whatever, right? Like, like we don't have the mental health degree to talk to these people, but yet we're expected to sit face to face with them if possible for an investigation, for a witness statement. And then you have to determine, shit, if this is bullshit or not, and then you got to investigate the fire. Like it's a weird world once you start doing that stuff, man. And we're not even
And you're
close to what
at
the
it.
cops have to go through.
I mean, it's part of the position that we have as, especially with fire prevention and stuff like that. If you're doing that, you're going in people's homes and workspaces. You're going to have to make sure that you save. So I just like, I mean, so again, back to like what kind of person you have to be. You're going to have to be that person that goes with the form and just goes. It doesn't matter. Like, look, I'm not.
Hard.
I can have empathy towards you and empathy. Like we can get help and organization, but it doesn't matter. Like here, like this is the form. This is the reason why. So you can have factual kind of mindset.
Yep.
Also, you can have common sense, right? You can have.
Yep.
You don't have to be so completely again and that.
every day, and every decision that you make in that public eye, it doesn't matter if it's Brandon on the fire truck or so and so, it's going to be Troy's the fire prevention officer, so he's the face. You know what I mean? It'll always be the face of the fire department, is that person in the public. So it's a very hard thing to do when you have to be the enforcement side of it too, right? Because it's a hard line to walk. Right? Again, like you said, with the empathy, it's
Such a
very
good one.
tough.
I'm going
Walk
to
the
do a
line.
plug right now. We're coming up to 2 hours here, so I'm going to do a plug. Hard Line, great movie by John C. Riley. Amazing. Just finished it. Thanks for the plug in there, Troy.
We'll try to watch that. I guess hell, do you want to do your AI segment and call her an evening? I think that'd be it's a good introduction back into the end of the year before we start getting back into our crazy season.
Yeah. Okay. What do you want me to?
I don't know what's something cool that you'd think that the AI worthy. What about narrow gate? What do you think? What's something we should ask AI? I think these are coming in late.
AI. I mean, I think it's crazy that ChatGTP last year almost
Has it
had me.
jumped since I last talked to you?
Has it jumped?
Yeah, has it jumped in like smarts or changed in any way?
Jumped in
I don't know.
smart.
They say the chats are getting more intelligent. I don't know.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit more controlled, that's for sure. Yeah. Jumped into smarts. That's funny. That is funny. Okay. What's this upgrade? What do I have to upgrade, buddy? I don't even upgrade nothing. Get over it. All right. See, now I need to separate this. Okay. All right, buddy. You can load me on.
Okay, what do we got here?
All right. What's the question of the evening? Life.
I don't know. I haven't really been pondering a lot of things.
Okay.
What is a? We're going to
Hmm.
talk about cryptids at some point. Let's ask it a question about cryptids. What are like the
Cryptic
most we're going to talk about like monsters and lore just for fun.
monsters?
Yeah. Cryptids. CRYPTID. So we'll say like Great Lake cryptids. Ask it what are known Great Lake cryptids? I don't know.
What is known in Great Lake cryptid? Is that the question? Is that what you want me to ask?
What are known Great Lake cryptids?
All right. I was trying to get it to like just talk into. That would have been the best.
I forgot you type with 2 fingers. Close enough.
Close enough. Just on famous television here. Oh, I think you see, I missed a whole bunch of shit. All right, what do we?
Are any of those from your hometown? Your home area?
Yeah, like no, I never looked up at any of this stuff.
You
That's
never looked
insane.
up Great Lake monsters or anything like that?
No, not Great Lake cryptids. Cryptid on the crypt.
Michigan Dog Man. No.
Crypt.
I don't
Yeah.
know any of these. I
What
don't
about the
Bessie.
old Pressy? The old Pressy. The old Pressy. Wow. What a freak.
Well, that's lame.
Yeah, like, good question though, Troy. It really got me going there for a second.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to talk to the devil like you do.
Well, it's not the devil, Troy.
Just
Just a language model. That's all it is.
Yeah, a working language model for sure.
It's a language model. What are we interested in? Well, we talked about like aliens. So what's
what is the most probable alien apocalypse novel to most probable to come true? There. That's the best I got.
Just compiling useful information. There you go. Blind sight. Yeah.
Blind sight.
The sights of the blind.
Oh, look at that. Number 3. I've been telling you to read that book for a long time. Number 3. Yep. This is the one I've been telling you to read. Weird. The 3-body problem. That's another one I've been told to read.
That's incredible.
That's scary.
I gotta get back to reading, dude. I don't think I've ever finished a book. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Start with like something small.
Okay, well, I finished those books all day long, Troy. You should see the library I got. I gotta expand it a little bit though, right? Like most of them have pictures and shit.
I like the one like the 150-page books if I just want to get through a day.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's so good.
So I read too many of these types of books and I just fucking want to smash my head up the wall sometimes.
So this is the book you recommend, The Childhood's End?
That's the one I've always said is most probable. If aliens come to Earth, that's most probable for me.
Wow.
That's just what it lines up with in all of my books.
Raises the question of evolution, identity, and the future of human civilization. Bum, bum, bum.
That's kind of everything that you were describing earlier, was how things are going to be moving.
Yeah.
With people's thoughts. War of the Worlds, not most unlikely. Unless they can't make it sentient.
I mean, like, what a time to be alive if that was the case. Could you imagine? That would be so fucking thrilling.
Dude, I'd be happy to go out on that. I'd be very happy to just go out on that. Just okay, I've seen it. Neat. All right.
You know what? You know what? Let's put on a little bit of you go on YouTube and you put on Independence Day. Yeah, with like the what's his name going with that jet.
That'd be the way to do it. Just get out.
Let's do it. Let's put it on. You put it on YouTube on your end, and we'll exit out of that.
Probably get a copyright strike, but whatever.
What? Whatever. It's the best scene in the whole world. Like, if there's any attitude you gotta have these days, it's that right there. Give it. Send it. Got it?
Yeah, I gotta bring it up.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, hey, listen, everybody that if you guys sit and watch or you've been here, the Narrow Gates has been here. Thank you so much for showing up. We love this conversation. I really enjoyed this conversation with you, Troy, about the firefighting and the days of just thinking about like the fitness test and like hanging out and joking. It really brought a lot of really good memories up, man. So good conversation. We kind of just went through a whole bunch of just random conversations and topics this evening. It wasn't really structured, but it was what we're doing is we're just getting back into talking on pod and getting comfortable again with all that. So anyways, I will enjoy this clip with you, Troy, and thanks again, everyone.
Everyone, you take her easy now. Now we're gonna watch the way we want to see ourselves go out if we ever had to.
Pilot, you armed? Armed and ready, sir. I'm packing. Who is that guy? Put him on speaker. Pilot, identify yourself. It's me, Russell Case, sir. I told you I wouldn't let you down. Just keep those guys off me for a few more seconds, will ya?
Okay, Echo 9er, Ep.7. Take flanking positions. I want you to look after this guy, okay?
All right, boys. Let's give Mr. Case some cover. Gentlemen, let's plow the road.
Okay.
We'll draw them up and it'll be all yours. Look out! I'm through. I've got tone. Eagle 20. Box 2. Eagle 20. Box 2. It's jammed.
On ordnance. Nice.
Yeah, it's that hanging ordnance that you were talking about.
There it is. Is that what made you think of this?
Yeah. That's not a good thing.
Do me a favor. Tell my children I love them very much. All right, you alien assholes. In the words of my generation,
here we go.
Yeah. Dad, what's he doing? Come on, come on. Good luck, buddy. Oh, boys! I'm back!
Whoa! What?
And that is all for tonight, everybody. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.